Premier Smith attends high-profile UK meetings. VIP selects their at-large candidate.
Yep, now registered with the Boys and Girls Club of America and remembering Noel Lloyd. These and more stories when 284 returns.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
Welcome everybody, it's Friday, December 7th, 2018. I'm Ron Grant.
And I'm Javon Wilson.
Topping our newscast today, Premier and Minister of Finance Dr. the Honorable D. Orlando Smith, OBE, has been away from the territory attending the United Kingdom Joint Ministerial Council meetings in London. This is according to a press release issued by the Premier's office. The Premier hopes the BVI can use its connections with the international partners in the financial services sector to back the United Kingdom when it exits from the European Union in the next few months. More focus will be put on leveraging the BVI's strong relationship with markets such as Asia and Africa. Premier Smith is expected to discuss, among other things, Britain's exit from the EU. The group is slated to discuss what Brexit means for overseas territories in the areas of international trade, the environment, development, funding, and EU exit legislation. The entire subject of the overseas territories' constitutional relationship with the UK will also be up for discussion. The Premier has been away all week and returns tomorrow, December 8th. Deputy Premier and Minister of Natural Resources and Labor, Dr. the Honorable Kedrick Pickering, acted as Premier and Minister of Finance in the Premier's absence.
Out of 9 viable candidates, 4 arose successful after a democratically selected process under the Virgin Islands party ticket. The successors are Mr. Neville A. Smith, former party president Mr. Carvin Malone, BVI Tourist Board manager and social activist, Ms. Shireen D. Flax Charles, and businesswoman, former Miss BVI and former political candidate, Ms. Shari De Castro. Leader of the opposition party, Honorable Andrew A. Foy, is confident in the selections made by the VIP's 75-member Congress and further had this to say.
Honorable Foy, it's a pleasure to have you gracing 284 Studios, a platform where we provide an impartial opportunity for persons like yourself, political aspirants, to come forward and state their views. So thank you so much for being in studios today.
It's a pleasure being here, and you all are doing an excellent job.
Thank you. So recently you would have released your 4 at-large candidates, by default bringing completion to your VIP delegation for this political season. How do you feel about that, and what do you consider to be your competitive edge as a team over all the other political parties?
Inclusion. Our party doesn't just select persons. We have a process where we get the Congress of the Virgin Islands Party involved, which includes 9 districts, and there are 8 representatives from each district. So that's 72, and the past 4, immediate past 4 at-large candidates that contested the previous snap election that there was. So the candidates that were running actually had to campaign to those 76, which is 75 because one is deceased. They had to go around for the last month, the 9 persons who are vying for at-large, and be able to sell themselves to say what does the Virgin Islands need to get better, what are some of the solutions. And then on Saturday, they came to one place where the Congress met. We heard them give their last speech, and then they decided. So it was a full democratic process. We asked everyone to pray that the Congress would select wisely, because all 9 all 9 of them capable. They give good presentations, so they selected the 9. So I want to thank everyone for their prayers and their support, and continue to pray and support the Virgin Islands Party. So our inclusion of the people is what gives us the edge.
All right, it seems like a decision by the people for the people.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, Mr. Foy.
All right, you're welcome.
The at-large candidates revealed last Saturday brought completion to the VIP delegation to contest the general elections due by April 16, 2019. Chairman of the NDP, Honorable Myron Veal-Walwyn, in a recent press release, expressed that the territory will have a new National Democratic Party contesting the general elections in 2019. Take a listen.
The territory will have a new National Democratic Party contesting the upcoming general elections. the mantle of leadership has been passed to a new generation. More than half of our candidates are newcomers to politics, but they come with a wealth of experience in various areas.
On the realms of revelation, the PVIM party, under the leadership of Ronnie Skelton, hosted a press conference last Wednesday officially confirming the movement and their intention to contest the 2019 general elections. Take a look.
After the internal elections, I'm speaking about.
Right.
Good. You talks were going on to form this movement, right? But no, okay, let me make it different, easier for you to answer. While talks were going on to form this movement, you remained in cabinet. While other persons behind you, next to you, who made it clear that they will be part of this movement have been resigning. But you remained in cabinet. And you're forming this new party. How could you be an honest person, a straightforward person, forming this new party, having discussions to form this new party, and you're still sitting in government, in cabinet, want to make decisions? How that could be honest? That could never be honesty, sir.
You telling me what is honesty, but
no, I ask any questions, sir.
Mr. Skelton further stated that while the PVIM party does not yet have a full delegation, they are in the process of recruiting, and further responded upon questioning that even Honorable Kedrick Pickering, close friend of Ronnie Skelton, will be welcomed with open arms if he decided to join.
In a statement received from the Office of the Minister of Education and Culture on Monday, the Education Minister expressed zero tolerance for students found to be involved in physically violent behavior, especially in public places. The issue of violence by students in the public, particularly around places of business, has been an ongoing one, more prevalent since the shift system has been implemented. He said, our students are being prepared to live in a world where such negative behavior will not be tolerated and can have severe consequences. Recognizing this, he also said, it is important to note that these incidents will be thoroughly investigated and the appropriate disciplinary actions will be applied. His ministry, he added, will be putting measures in place to instill students with positive behavioral management techniques. However, he stressed that parents need to play an active role in these efforts.
You know, Ron, this was reflected and recently enacted by law when a grandmother was charged.
I remember that story, yes.
And fined as well for violence against teachers. It just sets a great example for our children to follow in the school system. You know, we must respect our elders.
This year, 2018, makes 50 years since the formation of the Positive Action Movement. The late Noel Lloyd was the leader of the Positive Action Movement and is widely recognized as a national hero. This is why it is so surprising that Noel Lloyd's birthday, celebrated last Wednesday, December 3rd, and the 50-year anniversary of Positive Action was passed with little fanfare. It was the heroism of Noel Lloyd and the Positive Action Movement that led to the squashing of a development agreement between the government of the Virgin Islands and a developer by the name of Kenneth Bates. This 199-year lease agreement would have only given locals access to Wickham Ski and Anegada as servants as a result of the activity of the Positive Action Movement, which included marches, rallies, and even taking over the police station. The Foreign and Commonwealth Office of the United Kingdom government agreed to pay off Bates, preserving Wickham Ski and Anegada for the many businessmen and women who have established successful businesses there over the last 50 years. Musa Mohammed, member of the Positive Action Movement and local businessman, had this to say.
But Noel Lloyd would certainly be a great example for us to take a look at in a lot of ways. You know, not just the man, the personality, his family, his whole idea of his career of ideas, and his whole experience was a great lesson for me in particular. Because as a result of that, I went away and went to school and developed a mind similar to what he had. I still have that revolutionary blood in me, but I don't know when, at what point. But our children today, or the young men today that is hanging out on the street, needs another Noel Lloyd.
284 News takes this opportunity to acknowledge the efforts, passion, and love the late Noel Lloyd had for the Virgin Islands and simultaneously implores more individuals to step up to the mandate as we sail through quite a questionable economic phase in the British Virgin Islands.
It's so important, Jovan, that we remember our national heroes. So I really like that story. That's a great cover.
All right, up next, Yep registered with the Boys and Girls Club of America International. Stick around, we'll be right back. You're watching 284 News.
Getting ready for Christmas is all about the finishing touches.
The icing on the cake. The table neatly set. Decorations specially placed. And gifts thoughtfully wrapped. All to share with those we love. In special moments as simple as this.
Merry Christmas.
And a Happy New Year.
Colonial, where people come first.
Brilliant Hands and Minds tutoring services, one-on-one tutorials in math and English, intense homework assistance, academic enrichment, school projects, effective communication and public speaking development, sign language for adults and children on Saturdays only. Registered with the Virgin Islands High School Certificate Program, Brilliant Hands and Minds can help you too. Offering intense curriculum-based training to help you or your loved ones get their high school diploma. It's time to make your family's education a #1 priority. Hurry, space is limited. Brilliant Hands and Minds Learning Center. We are the trained education professionals. Welcome back. You're watching 284 News. The Youth Empowerment Project, located in Fat Hogs Bay, Tortola, which was established in 2007 with only 80 children, has grown tremendously. Thanks to private and public partnerships, the center has been able to assist students of all ages, both socially and academically. Funding for the center was provided by Dr. Henry Jarecki, and the government of the Virgin Islands provided the land. Over the last decade, YEP has served over 3,000 children with free enrollment and has an active membership of over 120 children presently. In May of 2018, YEP, through its sister club in Ashbury Park, New Jersey, became an international affiliate of the Boys and Girls Club of America. This week, 2 senior executives from the Boys and Girls Club of America International arm were in the territory to offer training to the staff and board members of YEP. In addition, they visited other youth organizations in the territory to promote youth development in the BVI. Glenn, welcome to the 284 studios.
Thank you. Thanks. It's great to be here. Thank you for the invitation.
For the listening public, tell us a little bit about what this new affiliation to the Boys and Girls Club of America International arm means for the YEP Foundation.
Well, the YEP Center and the programs that they are providing here at BVI are in great shape. They do a wonderful job. They have great leadership. The partnership with Boys and Girls of America will help to enhance that and take them to another level in terms of the things that they want to do, reaching more children, reaching them more often, and exposing them to new programs, ideas, concepts, and also learning from them at the same time. So it's a two-way partnership. But this will give them more awareness, opportunities to be exposed more to potential funders, and to carry out the programs that they want to in terms of enhancing the lives of the young people they're serving.
Now, why did you guys think it was necessary to give the YEP Center an opportunity? There are many other organizations across the Caribbean. Why YEP?
Well, we met Stacy Mathers at Boys and Girls Clubs of America National Conference. He had friends back in the U.S. who run a Boys and Girls Club, and they asked him to come, get involved with us, get an idea, learn more about Boys and Girls Clubs, learn more about the concepts. And the mission is the same, the tradition and the core values are all the same. So it was an easy matchup for Boys and Girls Clubs to say, partnering with YEP would be wonderful for them and also a learning opportunity for Boys and Girls Clubs.
What would you like the general public to know about community service organizations such as YEP and the Boys and Girls Club of America?
Well, there's still a lot of work to do with young people. There's a lot of idle time. There's a lot of core values that need to be taught. There's a lot to learn from the young people as well. They're our future leadership. So here, I believe that YEP is the starting point for, and they've been in existence for a while, but for doing even greater things with the young people, for expanding their mission, for expanding the services that they're providing now. So it takes dollars, it takes community support, and it takes getting behind people like Stacy and his board and his staff to do that. So any help from any part of the community would be very much welcomed.
Glenn, thank you so much. And on behalf of the people and the students at the YEP Center, we thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Christmas on the Castro Street rang in the season beautifully and encapsulated the love and spirit of a true Virgin Islands Christmas. The streets lit up with mesmerizing smells of local dishes being served up to excited patrons, guava berry, pineapple, and coconut tarts. And what I must say was my very first time trying guava berry, and I almost nibbled on my fingers. It was super delicious indeed. And 284 News reached out to Miss Janice Brathwaite, city manager and organizer of the Christmas on the Castro Street event, and this is what she had to say.
Christmas on the Castro Street didn't have an objective for this year. Christmas on the Castro Street has an objective, period. Doesn't matter the year. One of the things that we focus on is the fact that we need to give young and budding entrepreneurs an opportunity to showcase their wares, and young and budding artists an opportunity to showcase their wares, while creating a cultural feeling that ushers in the Christmas season. So basically that's what Christmas on the Castro Street is about.
The two-day event was an amalgam of all things Virgin Islands, from the local food and drinks to the toys and boutique vendors to the electric entertainment. It was all reminiscent of true BVI culture.
The Rotary Club Sunrise of Rotown has achieved the prestigious status of becoming 100% Paul Harris Fellow Club on November 25, 2018, when the final 8 members were pinned as Paul Harris Fellows, making the entire membership certified as Paul Harris Fellows. Mrs. Kenesha Sprav, Foundation Director, explained what this meant for the organization.
Well, our club was acknowledged last month as being 100% Paul Harris Fellow. That means that everyone in the club has been recognized as a Paul Harris Fellow, which means that we donated whether points or $1,000 to the Rotary Foundation. Last month was Foundation Month, which means everything that was done in that month was geared towards giving to the foundation or giving on a whole. So because our club is the smallest club within the BBI, we did a lot of things within the territory, such as we had lunch with the students of the Eslyn Henley School, and we donated pajamas to the Adina Donovan home. We also was able to give a significant amount of money to the foundation, and all monies that we give to the foundation will come back to the BBI 50%.
International Volunteer Day for Economic and Social Development, mandated by the UN General Assembly, is held each year on December 5th. It is viewed as a unique chance for volunteers and organizations to celebrate their efforts, to share their values, and to promote their work among communities, non-governmental organizations, United Nations agencies, government authorities, and the private sector. Local volunteers from the BVI Red Cross, Department of Disaster Management, Rotary International, and ADRA, among a few others, joined hands in a week-long lineup of activities to commemorate this initiative. On Sunday, November 2nd, the team embarked on a healthy snack day and hair grooming for residents of the Rainbow Home. On Monday, there was a fun day at the Eslyn Henley Riches Learning Center, located at the Althea Scatliff Primary School, and this initiative was well received. It was a fun one, and of course well received by the students and teachers as well. On Tuesday, there was a catered lunch for the 19 residents of the Adina Donovan Home for the elderly residents, and they were also honored to receive a stereo sound system compliments of the Said department store, a much needed item that brought diversity, fun, and life to the building our elderly residents call home. And finally, on Wednesday, December 5th, the day designated as World Volunteers Day, the volunteers took to the White Waste supermarkets to assist patrons and elders with carting their groceries to the car, an initiative dubbed Groceries Push Out Supporters. All in all, it was a liberating week and served as a perfect reminder that we can all be our brother's keepers by volunteering and by advocating for the ultimate good of one BVI.
Speaking of volunteering, Jovan, I know the Honorable Alvaro Maduro Keynes on Saturday, tomorrow, she's actually going to be cooking lunch for some of the inmates and their families at the Balsam Gut Center. So it's an opportunity for everyone to be involved and give back.
Everyone can play their part. 284 News takes this time to express our deepest sympathy to the families that would have lost their loved ones this past week, particularly the Simmons and the Thomas. You are in our deepest thoughts and prayers.
Up next, we've got regional and international news, as well as Ricky with the weekend vibes. Stick around, we'll be right back. You're watching 284 News. Is business slow? Cash flow down? Hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media at cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works. Hungry? Having an afternoon craving? Can't find a parking space? Don't want to deal with the hustle and bustle of road town traffic? Introducing everyone's new food savior, DeliverVI.com. Welcome to food delivery service at your fingertips. We know the feeling of having a hectic day and not wanting to leave the office. So, we're bringing the tastiest island cuisine straight to you. Timely, efficient, and professional services catering to all your lunchtime needs. You can order for one or the entire office. So, what are you waiting for? Get online at DeliverVI.com. It's lunchtime. And a heart-wrenching story coming out today of Trinidad and Tobago, according to a member of the South Florida Human Trafficking Task Force, an agency that is focused on rescuing and protecting victims of human trafficking. Human trafficking is expanding at a disturbing rate and has made its way to the twin island of Trinidad and Tobago, where children are being recruited not only for prostitution and labor, but for their organs, believe it or not. As disturbing as this is, kidnapping for organs has become a huge business. Alexa Olivia said there is a possibility that many of the children and adults who have reportedly gone missing in Trinidad and Tobago are cases of human trafficking. Olivia and other members of the U.S. Motivational Mission Group are presently in the country raising awareness at schools about human trafficking by holding discussions with students that could help them understand and be on guard in their home country. The first workshop was held at the Naparima Boys College in San Fernando. She said it's a big money business. That is why so many people are doing it, and it's becoming a danger to what we call community children. Community children are like the ones we spoke to today at Naparima All Boys College. It is not just children who are at risk, it's orphans or runaways. They are now targeting children through social media. She also added that human trafficking is a global epidemic and is happening everywhere. People are undermining what it actually is, and they are now considering how dangerous it is and how easy it is to get into.
George H.W. Bush Sr., past United States President, has died at the age of 94 years old. The statement announcing Bush Sr.'s passing did not specify the cause of death, but he had long suffered from a form of Parkinson's disease and had been hospitalized several times for pneumonia and other infections in recent years. Days before his death, Bush Sr. was reportedly being treated for low blood pressure. Bush is survived by 5 children and their spouses, 17 grandchildren, 8 great-grandchildren, and 2 siblings. "I love you too," was his final words to his son just before the 41st president peacefully passed away, surrounded by his family in Houston. And that's it for your regional and your international news. Up next, we've got Ricky bringing you your 411 in the world of entertainment. Stick around, you're watching 284 News.
Good! You see these sandwiches from Taro JB's Kitchen? They're sweet! I wonder if you take me as a side thing, but kick. side kick. You know, like the CCT sidekick plan? The CCT has a sidekick plan, that sidekick. Yeah. Yeah, big up Tara, joking. Don't know. Anyway, yes. Lord, that was delicious. Yes. Greetings to all my weekend warriors. It is I, Ricky with an I, and this is the Weekend Vibes. Aha! So we'll definitely stroll into the Christmas season, and I'm waiting to receive my black cake and guava berry. However, tonight, I want you guys to join me over at the Best Cup next to Scotiabank for First Friday at After dark. So it's the art of food with Chef Mike, and you have the art of music by the 3-piece band, and you also have the art of storytelling. And you know I am going there for the art of food. Because you know, I'm a foodie, I love food. And definitely I have to be there once food is involved. Now on Saturday and Sunday, Save the Seed Energy Center has their 6th annual Christmas food fair. Yes, food fair and cultural extravaganza. And admission is completely free, so you can just bring out the whole family. On Saturday, it starts at 4 p.m. and Sunday, it kicks off at 6 p.m. right there in Duff's Bottom by the New Life Baptist Church. Now, on Sunday, we're heading over to Virgin Gorda with Vibe for their 3rd annual How Vibe Stole Christmas event from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. at the Walters Recreation Park. The Vibe team will have lots of gifts for the kids, so bring your children, your nieces, your nephews, your grandchildren, and bring your ultrasound pictures as well to collect a gift. Because yeah, nobody will be left out. Yo, Chris, we got more sandwiches? Yeah? We got guava berry? I mean, okay, well, we don't have guava berry, but we definitely have more sandwiches thanks to Tara. So if you want to have your event featured, please send an email to marketing@cctbvi.com and let's see how we can add it to the weekend vibes. Once again, this is Ricky, and if you see me on the weekend, it's the vibes. Buy me a drink and let's vibe. Bless up. Yes, I.
And that's it for your entertainment roundup and this week's news. Be sure to like us on Facebook at 284 Media and 284 BVI on Instagram and Twitter as well. My name is Javon Wilson.
And I'm Ron Grant. Be sure to join us again next week as we deliver honest and impartial news right here on 284 News. Happy Friday, everybody.